had to give us his word in conclusion part. Please, a round of applause for her as she makes her to the podium. Thank you.
Thanks for something. Good afternoon, everyone. I don't think I'm the right person to do a vote of thanks, so you call the right person to do that. No, I can't. Okay, yeah. So, Peter, they are still standing for you. Until you tell them to sit, nobody's going to sit. Thank you. Yeah. So, okay, thank you. Kindly be seated, please. Yes, yes. Thank you very much. So, like I said earlier, I said it was a men's affair, so we're good with just watching, but I see that you're trying to correct the things there. I think I'm going to start from on that premise to say that injustice sometimes, when it's not done to us, we don't see what it is. But it's very important to always put yourself in the position of the oppressed. In that way, you're able to solve a lot of problems. And at this moment, I'm going to say to everyone, and this is a message not just for those of us who are here, but every Nigerian, to say to us, what is it that we want? Do we want a country that works for every one of us? Or do we want to be right? At this moment, there are a lot of people who think that indeed, that this is not the time for them to fight on, because once upon a time, they spent 8 months fighting. But I say to every one of us, those who oppress us, they do not care about the number of years that they will oppress. And they will keep on going oppressing us. So I always ask a question, and I ask everyone here, and I'm going to ask the question here, is to say to every one of us, how long do you want to live on this earth? Do you want to live to be 90 years? A lot of people will say, yes, they want to live to be 90 years. Then what is your present age? Take that away from 90. That's how long you have left here for the oppressors of Nigeria to oppress you if you do not fight for your rights. Election is everything. And when the mandate of the people is stolen, you're stealing the lives of the people. It is not just election. You know what? Courtesy. Let me say this. Courtesy, it's not, being courtesy, being polite, it's not a strategy when it comes to fighting injustice. Neither is it a strategy when it comes to fighting oppression. For the people that keep stealing our votes are the same people that do not want us to rise, do not want us to grow, do not want us to be. And if every one of us know that we want the freedom of being called citizens rather than being called slaves, then we have to stand and ensure that the process that brings in the people that govern us is actually the process that is not only free and fair, but it's just. And so that everyone that is brought in knows that truly they come in on the mandate of the people. Thank you so much, sir, for writing this book, because we must document every experience. We've seen again and again and again how people are being gaslighted. People are told that the things that they witnessed with their eyes were not witnessed. And if we do not have people who are documenting now, history will tell the story of the hunter, just like Chinua Achebe said, that indeed, until the lion or the animals learn to write their own story, the history will always favor the hunter. And so it is very important for everything that we've gone through, we're still going through, for it to be documented. I'm going to end up here by saying to every one of us, it's not about anybody. This whole journey is not about Mr. Peter Obi. It's about you. It's about me. It's about every one of us. Because I see again and again and again where people are making the remarks that, 2023, we voted, we gave Mr. Peter Obi our vote and he did not protect them. What a shame. Are we saying that over 200 million of us, or at least almost 90 million of us that are on the registered voter register, that we cannot protect our votes, that we're waiting for one man to do that protection for us? Until your vote is counted and entered for the person that you voted for, you did not vote. What you merely did is to just go and paint on a paper. And so when every one of us understand the fact that when we vote, That we are not just voting and putting it on the paper and turning away and going and allowing people who are citizens just like us, who think that they own this country and they own the electoral process, that they will be the one to decide what happens. Until we say enough is enough to that, we're not going to get anywhere. So I say to every one of us, elections, any election, let us insist and ensure that when we vote, when we put our print down on a paper, they don't burn anybody when they say one change that thing. And if you say one change that, we died here. In 2019, I will say it and I repeat it again. I voted for my candidate. In my polling unit, I was the only one who voted for my candidate. I stayed up to 2 a.m. for my vote to be counted. And when it was counted on Sunday, 10 a.m., I was at the collection center, and I know they don't burn anybody when they don't count that vote for my candidate. And they counted it. And that's the spirit I want every one of us to take. You see, this thing that we see here, it's not a joke. When we talk about election is about every aspect of our lives. We're talking about someone who is sick, someone who gets an accident on the road because the roads are bad, a child who cannot get access to good quality education because access to good quality education is dependent on the economic status of one's family. We are talking about youth who don't have jobs. Don't send me your CV. Go and protect your vote. Because if you protect your vote, you will have your jobs. Don't tell me your child is sick. Go and protect your vote. Because if you protect your vote, the healthcare system will be there for you. Don't tell me you don't have money to pay rent. Go and protect your vote. Because if you protect your vote, I tell you, you will have free housing. Even if you don't have free housing, you will have affordable housing. The issue today, and I say to every one of us, you see Mr. Peter Obi sit down here. He like Jackie work. Make una give and work me too. He's supposed to be on bed rest too. Did any of you notice he has lost weight? You understand? He's supposed to be. He rested. As soon as he got the rest, he came out. So why would you not give someone who will go in there and put in the work 24/7, that will look for 36 hours out of the 24 hours and ensure that he puts in the work so that the rest of us can go home and sleep? God will not do for us what he has given us the capacity for us to do for ourselves. Every 4 years is a miracle for you to change and ensure that the leaders who govern Nigeria are the ones that you want to work for you. And if that 4 years comes, that a lot of people do not see, because there are people who voted in 2023 that were killed even on the day of election. There are people who voted in 2023 that were killed by terrorists that will not see 2027. That even that I stand here before you, I do not know whether I will get to 2027, because as you walk on the streets of Abuja, nowhere is safe. And as I go out, I can be the next victim, just like that family that we saw the other day, that were driving a wife and a husband and a wife going about their businesses, and they were killed in this Abuja. When we say it is not our turn, whose turn is it? The only way you're going to ensure that indeed it doesn't get to you is to stand up on election day and look at that election and know that indeed you're voting. You're voting even if it means your life at stake. And you know one thing I find very funny about Nigerians? For everything they will always say it's not their portion. But two things they never say is death is not their portion. When it comes to election and protest. Guess what? Mind engineering has been used on every one of us. The same people, the pastors and the malams, that will tell us that it will not be our portion when bad governance is happening. And we are seeing people who are dying because of bad governance. They tell us that it will be our portion when it's an election. Do you know why? And protest. Because they need bad governance to sell cheap miracles. And those that are in government today who do not want you to speak, they need your silence to continue to give bad governance. So as I stand here today, and now I've veered off what I'm supposed to say. I just want you to know that when you're voting, you're not just voting for yourself. You're voting for your children, and you're voting for your grandchildren, and you must protect that vote, and we must ensure that that vote is counted, is entered. The result, INEC is not the problem. The people in INEC are the problem. And we must tell them they are our fathers, our mothers, our wives, our spouses, our siblings. We must call anybody that we know at INEC, tell and say, bro, sis, see this money where they're giving our own and they chopping and they do right thing, it has to stop. Judiciary is not the problem. The people in the judiciary are the problem. We forget it when we say the judiciary is abstract, but we know that those judicial officers who are supposed to stand and be there and be the last resort of the common man end up being the playthings of politicians. Then we begin to call them one after the other. You cannot be my father and a judge and you are not doing the right thing. Or will not be my house to enter. You cannot be my husband or wife and not do the right thing. So we must begin to call out people. You see the security agencies, they are not the problem. The people, the agents are the problem. The police, the soldier, the DSS that will not go and protect the territorial integrity of our nation, but would allow people steal our mandates are the problem. And we must call a spade and not a garden implement. Thank you.